Hi, I'm the Reverend Mark Angelo Lyons, and welcome to Ask a Witch. Question number 2.
Question number 2, and this one comes from Angela, again, also on Long Island. She would like to know how you know that you have guides, how you can tell that the guides are there, and how do you connect with them?
As though I had a choice at this point. Well,
Let's go back.
I'm gonna say ask and it is given. You know that Verizon commercial where the guys walk in and there are all those like thousands of people behind them?
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah. I've got that, but they're all in front of me. And I don't see them with my physical eyes, thank God. I see them with an interior sight. But the beginning is to just know they're everywhere. Guides are everywhere, and there are many different layers and levels, although ultimately those levels don't exist. They are a work in progress for us. So the way I look at it is I have guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors. 10 levels. And when I work with a client, the levels rotate. So I plug in, sort of like those old-fashioned switchboards, I plug in to the level that is most helpful to that person, but that's not a conscious process.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I know the guides are there? They're always there. For everyone. A lot of them don't even exist in time and space as we think about it. So it's very easy for them to find us because we're always around for them.
How do we awaken to seeing them or better connecting with them?
Well, it's very hard to hear 102.3 if you're at 92.3. So it is about vibration. It's about wavelength and frequency. And I think prayer and meditation, even just in the quieting of your mind, if not the all-out silencing of your mind,
Mm-hmm.
I think spiritual practice is how you do that. And there has to be a willingness. I mean, my guides know, do not show up when his eyes are open. They know that. I had too many experiences as a kid that freaked me out. And fear will drop your vibration like a stone. Will just drop it so low that you can't see anything. Or even if you can at that point, you're not seeing really nice stuff.
Mm.
I don't see ghosts. I don't see residual hauntings. That's why I'm really not one of those paranormal ghost hunting people. It's something Angelo said to me. He goes, ghosts don't want to be hunted. That's like all I needed to hear. I'm like, oh, let's leave them alone then. That's so easy. You do whatever you got to do. They don't dare linger around my house, though. They don't dare. I got too much iron in my house anyway. It's like, stay away. But it really is, it's a voluntary thing. So, okay, let's go back to the work situation. Let's say you are simultaneously developing the skill of working with guides only for the purpose of service, because there's really no other reason to do it.
Mm.
Like, I get weird synchronicities and intuitions about the next song coming on the radio. I'm like, oh, great, I'm radio intuitive. It's so helpful. That's usually to let me know I'm on the right track, though.
Right.
But when I say, all right, Spirit, you're in charge. Awaken within me whatever skills will be helpful. There's another prayer in the Course in Miracles, and it's really one of my favorites. I have it written on a card in my wallet. I am here only to be truly helpful. And we started a podcast with that a couple of years ago. I am here only to be truly helpful. Then know that whatever skills you need will grow and be developed. Has to. It's about supply and demand in that way. So now that's going on in the interior world. Then you go and look for a job. Know that your guides are going to put you where you need to be, and hopefully the right words will come out of your mouth. Now, do people also need to understand common courtesy? Yeah.
Respect.
Manners. I mean, I kind of get blown away. I guess maybe it's because I'm on Long Island or although people say New Yorkers are really rude. I don't have that experience. Maybe I've just shifted my vibration to the point where I only attract nice people. But I hold doors open for people. See, I don't walk around saying, God loves you, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. I don't do that. I live in Bayshore. I work in Sayville. This is South Shore, Long Island. I'm not going to say it's the most beautiful place in the world to live energetically, but it certainly has a very New Yorker feel to it if business is business. So I smile at people. I don't, what I call the oogie grin. I just smile at people. I hold doors open for people. I say please and thank you. Now look at the symbolism of holding a door open for somebody.
Common courtesy, respect.
But what does it usually mean when a door opens? It's an opportunity. So think about holding a door open for somebody as a symbolic act of magic, if you will, of saying, here, after you. It's that energy comes back around as opportunity. The same way as when I forgive somebody for some debt I hold them in, I am releasing debt from myself, breaking a chain. So I don't think that the whole spiritual guide process needs to be separate from living your life. I also don't suggest talking to them out loud in public.
No, that will get you committed.
It will. But that's why I do it in private with clients. And, you know, I read people. I'm a professional reader. I've been doing it since I'm 12. I've been professional since I'm 12. But I started a long time ago charging for my readings, which is, by the way, all professional means is that you charge for it. Where I can sit down with a total stranger. This happened last week. A total stranger. And I was able to tell them about the man that she was involved with. It was a female client. Involved with a guy. And he's suffering from postnasal drip, not just because of the bug that's been going around, but because he has tears he needs to cry about his mother. And she just looked at me like, how the hell did you know that? I was like, honey, you're paying $75 an hour for a reading with me, and that's only in my office. I'm $100 an hour otherwise. You're the one paying me the money. How do you think I know that? Because my guides were just flashing into my head. Just like when I used to work in the bookstore, and books would flash into my head. It's just, I decided to develop that to the extent where that happens all the time. No, it doesn't happen all the time. Hopefully it doesn't happen at the family dinner table with my family, because that's a little uncomfortable to know people's shit while you're sitting there. But it does come in handy when the barbs start flying, when I can step back and go, ow, that one hurt. I must believe that somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's really what the guides are for. The guides are just there to move you along your path. Because people don't understand, they are you. If we're all one, and people love that, oh, we're all one, that means all of your guides are part of you. And they say, well, then it's not really a guide, it's just a part of your mind.
Well, it's a smarter part of your mind.
The unconscious mind is collective, we're all one. Let go. Let go of the idea of separation there. It's not such a spooky, scary thing to me. And I think if it's a spooky, scary thing to you, you're going to have trouble integrating spirit guidance in that way. But nothing beats your own personal intuition anyway. I can have a spirit guide talk to me about, you know, quantum theory, and that's nice. It's a nice conversation.
Might actually put you back to sleep.
Yeah, you know, it's a nice conversation over Chardonnay, but, you know, does it get the bills paid? Not necessarily, but when, like...
Unless you're a physicist.
Well, yes, indeed. I wonder how much money they make discussing string theory, because they're discussing it anyway. So, like, let's say in one day I get 30 emails and 20 phone calls, which on a busy day is possible. I can't possibly reply to every single person. But that's when I go, all right, who am I calling first? And my eye will go. It's like they take my head and they go, that one. And I make that phone call 9 times out of 10. They are on the phone and ready to book. Or ready to hear the piece of information. A lot of times I get phone calls, even on my cell phone, of people freaking out. I mean, like pulling their hair out, not knowing what to do. And you'd think that those would be my immediate calls back, but sometimes I look at the name and my gut goes, it's not a, ooh, they're evil, or ooh, they're ugly and their mother dresses them funny, although that may be the case. It's more like, hey, I don't have the energy for them yet, or they don't have the energy for what I need to deliver in the plexus, which again, we're going to go into next time we get together, really is the seat of intuition that way, survival of what to do in the physical world. The lower 3 chakras help you navigate the physical world. And that's why I think you got to start there. Everybody wants visionary intuition. Everybody wants to know, why am I here on the planet? And, you know, what's my higher purpose? But if you can't get turn left, turn right, don't bother. Start there. And that's practical advice. That's not esoteric.
And listening. That comes with listening.